Hello everybody and a very good evening. Welcome to Crafters TV. My name's Ben Moseby. Thanks for joining us. This Monday, start of a brand new week. Ooh, just thinking, 4th today. 3 weeks today, it's Christmas Day.
We'll all be sat sort of like, oh, too much lunch, won't we? Yeah.
This will be me. Yeah, that'll be me. Yeah, wow, what a scary thought that is.
3 weeks today, yeah.
But listen, we've got plenty more to bring to you over the course of those 3 weeks. And indeed, in this show, Monday Makers, loads and loads of great demonstrations coming up for you as part of our 12 days of Craftmas. Hopefully you enjoyed the masterclass a little bit earlier on with Sarah. Those continue over the course of the 12 days. And during the 12 days, we're spinning our wheel each and every day. We do that in Wake Up Call this morning. Oh, Sarah wasn't happy that I let Jan spin the wheel because I didn't let her spin it on Friday, you see. Oh, I got in all sorts of trouble. But Jan did a good spin and has got us all triple points today. Yes.
You're welcome.
So whatever you shop for, be it on this show, be it on the website, whatever you shop for, it's triple points across the board. So do make sure that you do pick up everything that you need today and make the most of those points. Like we said, potentially moving you up a band within Club Inspire, keeping your platinum status for next year. It's a good reason to be shopping. Only until midnight tonight, wherever you are. And then, of course, tomorrow, I mean, it could be triple points again. It could land on the same thing, but we will be spinning the wheel at same time, same place tomorrow. But as we said, we're here for Money Makers. It is not just me, as you will have heard. I am with the one and only, the lovely Jan Brown. How was your little gap in between shows? Were you busy prepping, were you?
It was quite productive, yes, yes. So I've managed to get sort of ahead of myself, really, because I wasn't planning to start the prep for next week until I got home. So, yeah, I've actually managed to get ahead, which is always a good place to be.
It is.
So yes, very productive few hours, and then I came back a little bit earlier than planned because there was a massive flood in the road when I left.
Oh no. And
I thought, if that's got worse and it's got dark, so yeah, that's why I was back a little bit earlier. But yeah, it's come right across that road. I was like, oh, I brought me canoe today.
Canoe. It's all the snow that's a few people were asking earlier on, the snow's gone now.
Yeah.
It's got a bit warmer. It's been about 4 or 5 degrees today, so the snow's melted. We've just got a lot of, well, no, warm compared to what it was.
Very wet.
4 or 5 degrees, so the snow's gone, but it was nice whilst it lasted, so it's just wet and miserable and slushy. So stick with us for the next couple of hours. We've got some lovely collections coming up, Jan, haven't we? And I know you've got some finished samples that we can have a look at from things like the Fuchsia collection and Bella Luna coming up this show, aren't they?
Yes, I've just got some fabulous fuchsia ready for when we do the collection. So I don't know what order you want to do things in. Shall we have a look at some samples first?
Yeah, can do.
Yeah, I've just pulled the fuchsia ones out ready for the collection because that's what we're going to demonstrate first. So yeah, absolutely gorgeous. If you like your flowers, a lot of the Nature's Garden collections are linked to the flowers. And I must admit, the fuchsias are quite a popular one, and quite sort of dear in my heart. My mum was a big lover of the fuchsia. She used to have the big hanging baskets. She'd got some planted, some hardy ones planted in the garden that just used to grow, you know, massive as the summer went on. So yeah, it's a nice one to remember, but we've got lots of elements in that collection, which our Ben will go through shortly. But you can see those beautiful nesting dies in the background. We're going to use the larger one of those in our first demo. Okay. You've got the little hummingbird there as well. So again, you know, you could colour him differently, make him into a different bird. I'm not an authority on birds, but I always have to look at what the natural colours are. Again, you know, using that decoupage pad. So really nice way to get those flowers on there if you're not into sort of flower shaping and things like that. And we've just used some of the smaller elements from that nesting die there and here just to add the sentiments on. You can see those beautiful papers in the background. Again, that's that set of oval nesting dies, and you know, to just cut them and layer them up. Again, you don't need much more on your card. We've got the ribbon in the collection. We've got that beautiful corner piece, which we're going to use in our first demo. Actually pop that on. This one's very much a bit of a pièce de résistance there. Oh, yes. I just love that. It's sort of simplicity, but it's not. You know, it's like when you look at the colouring aspect of it there, it's been done with a little bit of ink around the edges, and then I believe those are alcohol pens that it's been coloured with. But when you've got that beautiful 3D raised image, it's easy to just use that image as that raised area to do the colouring. So yeah, really, really pretty. And then we're actually going to start our demos. So It's one of my favourite pieces, yeah. I love, you know that I'm a stamper. I love the stamping and colouring. So we're going to stamp this one out. And it's got a die to cut it all out, so you don't have to worry about all those little fussy pieces.
Yeah.
And then we're just going to use this lovely rectangular frame from one of the sets, along with the papers and the sentiment. So fabulous. It is a fabulous fuchsia. There's no two ways about it.
Yeah, it is. And we've kind of popped it into 3 smaller bundles for you today as well. I'll take you through the Essentials collection in just a second. Let's say hello to a few people, though, who've joined us. Superstar Susie on the socials, who says, Nana Jan, it's so good to see you and congratulations on your win of Demo of the Week yesterday.
Oh, I didn't realise that. I wasn't in yesterday.
What was it?
Demo of the Week.
Nothing up there.
Trying to think. It
was so good we can't even remember what it was.
Whatever I did on Thursday. Was it the Kingfisher?
I don't know.
I'll have to have a check.
We'll have a think.
As I say, I wasn't in yesterday, so I didn't get to watch any of the shows yesterday. So I'll have a look. Thank you very much, guys.
Marvellous stuff.
Got a star on there.
That's it, yeah. Someone let us know what it was, for goodness sake. Jessica says, good afternoon, everyone. Hi to Mary Patton, Sunny Montana. Carletta's in from Arkansas. Ben McCarthy's in. Hello, Ben. And Lillian Kwok says, hello, Ben and Jan. Hi, everyone. Kathy Green says, hi, Jan and Ben. Good afternoon from Mechanicsburg. Whoop, whoop. Looking forward to watching Jan work on magic. Michelle's in. And also Jen, who says, hello again, everyone. Love the Fuchsia collection. Can't wait to see what Jan does. And Renee House joins us from Hawkinsville, Georgia. Apparently, it was the Kingfisher box.
Yes, I thought so. And it was done with, it was the creator card from the Kingfisher collection. The square creator card, you know, the one that the wing lifted up. And we did it in turquoise glitter card. It was quite striking, and I believe the box was made out of craft card. Oh, right. Do you know, I've slept since then, forgive me. And then when you get on to the next level, prep for the next set of shows. And then now I've just started prepping for next week's. It all gets very confused up here in this old brain.
Yeah.
Yes, but thank you, guys. I appreciate that.
I don't even recall seeing that, so I wonder if that was like taken into the office and I totally missed out on that one. But anyway, well done, Jan. This Essentials collection, yes, Christine Mahoney, we can go back to the Fuchsia. That's what I'm going to show you. Please, more comments like that. That was on TV last night, actually, Back to the Future. Sat up and watched that for a bit. It's one of those movies, whenever it's on, even though I've seen it a zillion times, I have to watch it.
When I came home yesterday from being out, my husband had got the telly on, which he doesn't normally do, but he'd got one of my favourite films on. What? He was watching Mrs. Doubtfire.
Oh, I love that movie.
Honestly, it never gets old.
That's
that
another
film.
one. If it's on, it goes on.
Help, he's on the way. Yeah, we were just, I only caught the last sort of little bit of it, but yeah, I could sit and watch it over and over again. Yeah, it's such a fun movie. Love that. Right, let's quickly go through the Essentials collection. I'll do it in the order I've picked them up. Now, this is a sad, I don't even know why I'm showing this. You're going to get 100 of these adhesive pearls. We've got about 27 on there. So, I mean, let's get rid of that. Today's that one. You're also going to get 3 sets of your beautiful seam binding ribbon as well. It's nice for the fact that, again, what we've done is paired everything up as far as the colour combos are concerned. So if you're picking up the embellishments collection in just a bit, or the papers as well, everything's going to match beautifully for you. There's that majestic hummingbird. So again, lovely stamp and the die to be able to cut that one out. There's some really useful dies in this set as well, which I think will sort of cross across lots of different collections, like we were talking earlier on about this flourishing swirl corner. Great for making your own sort of frames with, you know, great for things like scrapbooking, great for sort of memory albums, you know, using these as little corners to hold photos in, that kind of thing. They're very, very handy dies to have, as are these next two, because you're going to get a set of frames. So there's elegant frames. Again, just a handy set of dies to have, whether you're using these portrait or landscape. Will work, I think, across a whole host of different collections. You think of all the collections that you've got from us, where that frame will, you know, come into its own. Also, this one, the Opulent Duo, I think that one again is so versatile. Beautiful frame for all sorts of different projects, and that in a detail. I mean, how incredible is that? That's what I love about the collections. You know, they're not generic. You know, there's nothing in there about fuchsias at all. So you can use that, like you said, Ben, across so many different collections and projects. Whereas if we'd have put the fuchsias in it, it would have made it a bit more sort of collection niche specific. Yeah, so yeah, there's a lot of mix and match. And they do, those two sets mix and match well together as well. Yeah.
There you go. That was a good word that I came up with then, wasn't it? Niche.
Yes.
Make it niche. Or niche, as you say in the US, don't you, I think? I'm sure you say that. Maybe I've just made that up. Niche. 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 I think I might have made that up. Let me know. It's been a long day. Here's your beautiful cascading fuchsia. Fuchsia stamps and dies again there to be able to create that really, really beautiful effect. You've got sentiments in here too, which again will just work across a whole host of different projects. Things like thank you so much you've got in there just to let you know, with love. I mean, there are kind of, you know, birthday ones in there, but I think actually there's a lot of nice sort of just positive generic sentiments in that one for those just because cards. I think it's nice to make projects and cards on days when people aren't expecting to receive them, you know, just because you feel like you want to put a smile on somebody's face. And this one is the one that we've been chatting about a lot, the Hummingbird in Flight, which is that beautiful 3D embossing folder. And as I think you've touched on, Jan, already, that for me, you talk about dies being creator cards, that one is a creator card in itself.
Absolutely, isn't it? Yeah, yeah. It just sort of like embodies the whole collection, I think. And the fact that it's a 3D folder as well, you've got all that sculpting.
Yeah.
So as I say, it makes it very easy to take your colouring mediums to and get that finished effect. You know, it could be that you add a little bit of gilding wax on there. It could be that you add a little bit of glue with your glue pens, and then little elements of foil on it would look great as well, or gilding flakes on it, just to pick up certain bits of it to give it a little bit of sparkle. But yeah, so many different ways.
It's a wonderful collection. All of that you're picking up for just $51.20 today, or $64. Triple points, don't forget, so that's 153 points, or if you are in the US, 192 points if my maths is correct. Hi to Betty who's joined us. We're going to crack on with the first demo in just a sec. Monica joins us from Cluj-Napoca. So nice to see Ben and Jan. Hi to Lois who joins us from Ohio. And Lynn, who says, good evening, Jan, Ben, team, social, and all the CTV team from a cold and wet Newcastle. You've got Dean and Jamie in the gallery today. You got a good day and a hey there. Oh! And I didn't make it up. Yeah, niche is like a small specialised area or small market. But in the US, you pronounce it niche. I think that is right. Susie, let me know. And Alicia says, good afternoon and greetings from Arkansas. It's the Uncle Ben and Aunt Jan show starring Ben and Jan. It must sound like the Muppet Show, that, doesn't it? Right. Let's get ready to craft. What are you going to be making for us,
Shall we do a demo? Shall we do a demo? Yes. So again, I've talked about this many times. When there's a whole collection, it's a case of get it all spread out, have a good look at it. If it's new to you, I often cut out the die cut elements with some scrap cards, so maybe bits that are left over, or if you buy a pack, there always seems to be a colour in there that you're not keen on. So yeah, use those elements and just die cut everything out, just so that you can see what it does, whether it's got a full cutting edge, whether it just cuts into the card, so that you know, and then you're not wasting your precious card when you come to the good stuff. So I've actually chosen that opulent duo, and we're just going to use actually the rectangular part of it, and I've got some beautiful rose gold glitter card. I want to cut these. I like cutting them out of the glitter card just to show you how well they cut with the Gemini. And then I'm also bringing in that cascading fuchsia. Absolutely love the stamp set. So you can see there, just pop it on the back of there for you. You know, you've got a decent size stamp with those lovely trailing fuchsias on. We're going to stamp that out and put a little bit of colour in. And then you also get the metalwork to cut it out. So even in between, where you've got these areas in between here, it even cuts out these little spaces in between, which I think is great. It gives it a nice finished effect. So I think we'll do the stamping first. So I've actually got my stamping platform at the ready, and I've popped some smooth surface stamping card in there again, the multi-purpose. And we're just going to bring this in and stamp it out. And again, I apologise because I've got the alcohol pens again. Okay. I really must start and challenge myself to use some different colouring mediums.
Oh,
but
no,
you know these are my favourites.
Yeah.
Every time, without fail. These sit right at the side of my desk. So I've just chosen 3 colours here that will actually work with my fuchsia. So I've gone for a green for the foliage. I've got a lavender blend and the coral blend in that one. And then obviously, because I'm using an alcohol pen, I'm going to bring in my alcohol-proof stamping ink to make sure that that line art sets. So let's just pick that stamp up and then we'll get it inked up at the ready. So again, just give it a good covering of ink. And these stamp out beautifully. We were talking about the stamp platform earlier.
Your number one.
Just brings that ability, that stamping ability to everyone. So, you know, everybody out there that thought they weren't very good at stamping, this really does, it was a game changer, absolute game changer. And I love the fact that if you do miss a little bit, you don't have to. I used to spend hours trying to line things up again with my old acrylic block and never very successful. Maybe one in like 50 times I'd get it in the right place.
Yeah.
But if you've actually missed a little bit of this, you can literally, more often than not, the ink's still on the stamp if you've missed a bit, but you can literally just pop it back in, repress, and you've got the confidence of knowing that it's in exactly the same place there. So we'll take that off there. I'm just going to add a little bit of colour in places because, as always on TV, we've got one that was done earlier. So I have got the Alpine Green there, which is the 3 pen blends. Again, you know, you take your colouring as far as you wish. If you want to just do that one layer of colour, absolutely fine. If you're at a level where you're bringing in a little bit of depth with the shading, the tri-blends are great because we've put that colour family in the 3 sort of light, medium and dark shades together.
Yeah.
I think that's probably why these are my go-to now, because I don't have to rummage through and find any of the other colours. You know, it's like I've got them there to hand.
And like you've touched on before, and I love that because, as I say, I love colouring with the tri-blends now, and I've got it in my mind, you know, how I work with them and how to get the best from them. But actually, as you said, if you just like the look of these and you're thinking, well, maybe I'll come on to the blending side of things later, it's just 3 nice colours of
It really
green.
is.
And
And
you
if you
blend every time.
just want to add that one colour, that's absolutely
That's
fine.
it, yeah.
I know I had a lady message in last week, you know, she says, is it okay to just do that sort of block colouring? Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, don't be put off by what you see other people doing. Do your version of what we offer here on Crafters TV. I'm just going to take the darker one now. So this, we've got AG1, 3 and 5. So we've actually skipped some of the numbers. So as you know, the lowest number was that lightest shade, and then we're going up through the colour tones. It doesn't matter if you skip the numbers because I know now that all these colours are going to work nicely together. So all I'm going to do is just bring a little bit of that darker down the centre of the leaf there where the veins are. I'm actually going to skip out the middle one. I'm going to go back to my original lightest one, and I'm just nudging round the edge, just so that encourage it. It's almost like getting the ink to bleed. So you can just see here where it's just encouraging it to sort of almost like bleed out. I'm not gone over the top of the darker one, but you can see where that sort of shading starting to come in. And then, you know, I know our Leanne always preserves her highlight. She always leaves a little white bit where she wants to highlight. I forget. Even though Leanne taught me this, I still forget. So yeah, I actually usually go back in with a white gel pen to put the highlights back in. I think I'm just too eager to get the colour in there. So what we're going to do then is we're going to do a little bit of coral. Now, I did actually make this card previously and I used pink tones because quite often the fuchsias are pink and purple.
Yeah.
But they do come in different shades. And because I'd picked up that lovely piece of rose gold glitter card, I thought the coral would probably go better with it than the pink. So yeah, artistic license. And we're going to go with those lovely top petals, which are the ones that create the little buds originally.
It's a beautiful flower, isn't it? Mum used to grow these in our garden when I was younger. I think I remember going around popping the little, because you can pop them, can't you?
Yes.
I don't think you should.
Well, no, but occasionally they do fall.
Yeah.
Or they get knocked off. As I said, my mum used to have a couple of hardy ones that stayed out all winter.
Yeah.
And they used to come back and just flourish every summer without fail. And then also in the hanging baskets, you can get the trailing fuchsias as well.
Yeah, we bought some this year actually for the hanging baskets. They look amazing.
Yeah,
the way
they're stunning.
Like, tumble out of the basket.
So again, just where that line is on the artwork, I'm not worried about anything else. I'm just going to go where those lines are on the artwork and add that darker colour again. and then I'm going to jump back to the light one. So you can go back to the mid, but because we're only in a smaller area, I've just jumped back to that light, and I'm literally just nudging the edge of that darker shade that I've put in, just to encourage it to kind of like, as I say, it's almost like it bleeding away from the edges.
Yeah.
And give that little bit of perspective. And then the lilac, this is lavender, which is more of a blue lilac. So again, the lighter one, we're just going to do that inside set of petals.
Lynn was just saying it was me that asked about the block colouring. Thank you so much for remembering and demonstrating.
Oh, bless, yeah. I think if I remember rightly, Lynn's fairly new to crafting.
She is, yeah.
So yeah, don't ever be afraid to ask the questions. That's why us guys are here, you know, and we can always try our best to answer.
Yeah.
And this is what I love about our platform here, because we can pretty much answer you straight away.
Yeah.
Quite often, if we've got time, we can even show you something straight away. Yeah, so that's part of the beauty of having the Crafters TV sort of platform. I've not known really anywhere else that can offer that, because quite often you email in somewhere and it can be a week before you hear anything back. If you hear anything back. I've had a really upsetting instance recently with my social media, and I've never heard anything from them.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely nothing.
Is that still ongoing then, is it?
Either of the platforms, I've not heard anything back from either of them. Yep, so I've lost both my social media accounts, and it's really put me off, to be honest.
There's so many annoying and horrible people out there when it comes to like scams and things like that, isn't it? Do you know what? So around about the same time, or just after you had problems with yours, people who follow my page will know I put up a giveaway on my page, and literally as soon as I put the giveaway up, there was loads of these comments coming up going, oh, you've won, click on this link here, and I was like going, whatever you do, don't click on that link.
Just leave it alone.
Just deleted all of these like
I just don't know what they get out of it, but it is proper put me off. You'll notice that I've not been very, any of you that follow me, I've not been very active on social media, because it just proper, you know, all that time that I'd spent, and it's just really put me, you know, out of sorts with it. So if I bring the one in that I've done at home, you can see I've just worked on it a little bit longer, added that depth of colour. Once it's dry and that alcohol's evaporated, if you go back in, you can create that depth of colour. The reason this one's a little bit darker is because I did the pink first, and then I thought actually the pink didn't match this as well, so I went over the top of it with my coral, which is where that coral came in, because we're going to do the frame in this one. So yeah, I've just got this one ready. I've die cut it with that die cut element here, and like I said, you can see where it's taken all those little pieces out of the middle here, which is fabulous, because to try and do that with a scissors or a craft knife, it's beyond my capability. And then I've just got some foam pads on the back. We may not take all the backs off there, but we'll pop that to one side. So that's the stamping bit done. And then I want to bring in that beautiful sort of nesting set here. So this is the Opulent Duo, and you've got two dies in here. The largest one is approximately 4 inches by just over 5 1/4 tall. So it's a nice size to fit on the front of a card there. So we're going to pop that through our die cutting machine, and because I'm using the glitter card, you know that I like to use my metal shim just to give it that little bit of oomph. So we're just going to pop some tape on there to make sure that it doesn't slide off the cardstock. And then I've got my plates at the ready here.
Okay.
So I'm just going to use the smaller plates in my Gemini. So again, we're cutting down into that metal plate there, so you've got that bite from the metal. So not only have you got a hard surface, it's that metal to metal through the cardstock. And then I've got my usual array of shims and the top plate there. I'm just going to turn that one over so that we're getting that shape. There we go. And then we will pass that through here, and that will do our die cutting for us. And then I've actually made a little stepper card for this one. To pop this onto the front of. Just trying to mix up the different card designs. I am a sucker for a square card. I love a nice square card. It just pleases my OCD that everything's nice and in proportion. But yeah, I do sort of try and vary the different card styles. But you can see there with that metal shim, you can see how well that's just popped all that detail through to the back of the card. So again, we're going to take that edge away. We don't need that edge piece. We can take away the tape. And then it is actually starting to come away there because that bit's got that internal cutting edge.
Yeah.
So this time we have got a cutting line. You can see we've got another fabulous piece that you could use there.
Save that, use
very,
that.
very usable. It's got that lovely edge on it. Let me put it on the back of the white there. You can see that gorgeous detail where it's cut out from the main die. So yeah, that one in itself is a nice little piece to work with. And then if we find the release hole on here, there we go. And again, just lift this from the back. And we just need to take some of those pieces out. Now again, I have got this ready done, but just to show you that all those pieces have cut. And like I said, with the glitter card, it's almost like breaking that connection. The only thing I can compare it to is when you have something that's perforated and you have to just break that connection between the main cardstock and the piece that you're cutting out. I know when I was teaching at the store, a lot of people used to say, oh, it doesn't cut my glitter card very well. But it does cut. You just have to sort of encourage it. As I say, almost like when you're taking a perforated ticket out of something.
Yeah.
So yeah, don't think it hasn't cut. If you've used that metal shim, you should be absolutely fine. You can see that that's all coming out of there. There's some little curly bits hanging on. And then if I just go to that centre, it's always the centres if it doesn't cut. So again, if I do those centre pieces, you can see here where we've got all that detail coming through. Again, if I pop it on the back of here, you can see where we're starting to poke these out. So I'm not going to go the whole way around, because as I say, I've got one that I've actually taken the pieces out of. It's like Blue Peter, isn't it?
There's a little bit.
Here's one I made earlier. I love this on live TV, yeah. So what I'm going to do then is, because I want the base in the background, now you've got choices. You can actually pop this back in, and you could pop a little bit of tape to secure it behind it if you wish. But what I did was make a different background for it. So I've used the die again out of some cream cardstock, because that sort of went nicely with the rose gold. And I've cut this piece again, and I've kept the frame for a different project, but I actually wanted to use this shape. And what I've done is I've just splattered it with a little bit of ink, and you can see there where we've got that lovely die cut frame, but with a different inside instead of the piece that's actually, this is the piece that's come out of the centre. So you can see I've replaced that with my piece of watercolour card, cream cardstock here, and I've just splattered it with a little bit of ink just to give it a bit of interest. So that's my die cut.
Okay.
Right, okay, so card blank then. As I say, I've made myself a little stepper card out of it again, piece of the multi-purpose card, and I've started doing a little bit of the matting and layering. So this is actually from the paper pad and that lovely linen. I love the fact that we've started putting the linen cardstock in most of the collections now. I think we all love that, just that linen texture. It's just got that little bit of extra something to it. So yeah, I've just started doing a little bit of matting and layering, and then I've got the other piece for here. But just those pictures, you know, the illustrations on here, the artwork are absolutely gorgeous. Just matted it on some of the green again, just to bring out that green in here. And then this one's going to go on here.
We've got all of those in stock still as well, and we'll recap on that for you shortly, all of the papers.
So again, we've got that collal all-purpose just for the cardstock. Usually my go-to, I must admit. So that one's going to go straight onto here, like so. And then I'm going to lay down that lovely die cut piece that we've done. So this is going to go, I know it covers up most of it, but you can still see some of it around the edge. So again, this is going to go on here. So again, because I've got that solid piece in the back, I'm just going to pop the glue here in the centre. If you wanted to add more glue to those edges, my recommendation would definitely be that little dotty tape, just for those filigree pieces. So that one's going to go in the centre. And then I've just added some pearls. Now mine's not much better than yours, Ben, because obviously I've been in and used mine, but this is how they come.
You may as well just use the ones we've got left on here.
Not quite as skewy as yours, but I have been in there and used some of them out of it. So yeah, I don't have a full set anymore, but I've just added them to 3 of the corners because we're going to pop a sentiment here. So there was no point in wasting it under that one where we're going to pop the sentiment. So that's my background piece, and then we're actually going to bring that beautiful cascade of flowers in the middle there. So again, I'm just going to take some of those backs off. We don't necessarily need to do them all. It was just to make sure that that die cut was even. I don't like it when they sort of dip in the middle. So yeah, I'll just go around, make sure the edge ones have been taken away. And then we can pop that into the centre. And you know me, as always, when I'm using my face, not that I don't trust the foam pads.
No, I love it though. It's belt and braces, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just that little bit of insurance so that you get the longevity out of it. Especially if they're going into a, you know, a family home, maybe where you've got central heating on. It does tend to dry out some of the dry adhesives. So yeah, that one's going to go in here. And you've heard me say before many times, this one's been done twice. If I'm doing die cuts like this, just to give them a bit of strength, even though this has been stamped under the 300 GSM multi-purpose card, I usually do one of them with the stamped image on, and then I'll just use the die to cut another one out of some scrap, and then I've stuck them together, so it makes it a really nice sort of substantial piece. Yeah. So whenever I'm die cutting, I often do the same. If you were watching this morning, the little hairs that I cut out, those had got, you know, the stamped image and then just a plain one to back it underneath. And then out of that sentiment set, I've just stamped the wishing you a day of happiness. And this is what Ben was saying about, you know, there'd be some nice generic sentiments in there. That could be any occasion. Wishing you a day of happiness. It could be for a wedding day. It could be an anniversary. It could just be sort of a graduation day. It could be, I don't know, new birth, anything like that, as well as a birthday. Wishing you a day of happiness. It could just be, like you said, Ben,
someone's a bit down in the dumps.
Just to cheer somebody up, yeah? So again, I've got some foam on the back of that one, and I've just put it in one, not that a circle has corners, but it wants to fit this piece here. I didn't want to stick it to this background here. So again, we've got the glue there.
I was just looking, earlier on, Sarah made some fudge in a little acetate box, and I was just thinking, and he said, oh, make a nice card, maybe send some fudge. And the guys in the gallery said, yeah, the fudge, someone's taken it.
Oh no!
It's gone.
It's gone!
It's been nicked.
Oh, disappeared.
Have you tried some of Sarah's fudge?
I haven't, because I've not been eating sugar.
Oh, you've been so good, aren't you?
I've not been eating, I've not had sugar all year, very little.
Oh, no.
So yeah, I've got to a point now where I'm like, I don't even know whether I want to put it back in my body.
No, don't do it.
So yeah, I've actually stayed away from it.
Yeah.
So yes, if I pop you that one round for our Jamie, we can have a little look there. But yeah, just using that, just one of the frames out of that. Don't forget you've got a second frame in that die set as well, that opulent duo, hence the name. Yeah. And then obviously we've used that nice little stamp there and one of the sentiments.
It's a fantastic project from a fantastic collection, that, isn't it? And you guys are absolutely loving it. Lynn says it was the centre stepper card that attracted me to card making / paper crafting. And Christine says, oh, Jan, I really wanted the vintage rose collection, but now I like this fuchsia collection. It is gorgeous. I think we do some brilliant floral collections, and we pick some of the best flowers. We really, really do. Hi to Sue Benton, who says, hello, Jan, Ben, and Susie. I love Jan's demo. She explains everything so well. That she blooming well does. Very, very thorough is Jan. That's why we love it. Stephanie says, here's a first for me. Watching from my phone whilst waiting for the bus to drop off our grandchildren. Yeah, you can take us everywhere now, can't you? Your phone, tablet.
I love to listen where people are actually watching from. I know one day someone mentioned, someone messaged in and said that they were actually in the supermarket.
Oh yeah, that's...
and they got us on the phone.
It's a... now who is that? Stephen or Phil? Someone regularly watches us in the supermarket. Yeah,
it was one of the gents, I think. Yeah. And I just thought, it's just great. I love it.
One lady mentioned the other day she was watching us while she was in the shower.
Oh! Now that's taking it to another level, isn't it?
Right?
Yeah.
Can't miss a thing. Let me recap on these goodies here, and then we will got a couple of questions that we will tackle. If you want to go for the Essentials collection, I'll rattle through this again fairly quickly because you saw it at the top there, but you will get in the Essentials collection, which is quite nice, the seam binding ribbon and also the pearls. You will get 100, not 20 odd or however many there are there. You'll get a full pack. Ours have just fallen off. There's the Majestic Hummingbird. So again, beautiful stamp and die set. Really handy flourishing swirl corner. Again, nothing screams fuchsia really about that. So it allows you to use it across multiple collections, as do these two die sets, which again are interchangeable, as Jan was talking about. The Opulent Duo and then this beautiful elegant frame set. You'll use that for multiple projects. There's nothing too fuchsia-y about those. So you'll use those across all your other collections. If you want to recreate Jan's card, that's the project that the die and stamp that you're going to be using to do that, which is called your Cascading Fuchsia. Really clever again, isn't it? As how it sort of cuts out the bits and pieces to give you that effect of those fuchsia flowers dangling. Then you've got all of your sentiments in there. This is called Loving Thoughts. And once again, as we mentioned, yes, you've got your happy birthdays in there, but lots of sort of generic sentiments when you just want to send somebody a card because you want to, you know, put a smile on their face, see how they are. You've also got some sentiments in there that you could use for sympathy cards as well. Not that we like to make those, but it's handy to have those within a collection. And then you've also got this, the pièce de résistance, which is the Hummingbirds in Flight, that beautiful 3D embossing folder. All of that is £51.20, $64 if you're platinum, and you'll get triple points, of course, on that as well. So that's about 153 points if you're here in the UK. If you're in the US, that is 168. Yes, I think it is. It's too late to tell me now. Don't be typing it into a calculator now in the gallery. If you're not going to help me in the first instance, don't be correcting me when it's after the fact, because I'll just be... You should have told me in the first place. Apologies if you've gone, oh, that's not the right answer. It's roughly around there. If you want, you do your own maths. If you want the paper and card collection, you're going to get this in this next bundle. Details coming up on your screen now. £38.40 or £54.40 for the most beautiful, and I say this about all our paper pads, the most beautiful paper pad. What I've loved about our paper pads this year, and I feel like we've really stepped up another level, not only have you got choices with these, if you want to go for something a little bit more muted, a little bit laid back, you've got the B tracks. Those match up beautifully with the A tracks, of course, because that is the background to your A track. But there's so much, we chatted about this earlier, there's so much depth and intrigue, I don't know if that's the right word, but the more you look, the more you see.
Yeah,
it's multi-layered, isn't it?
There is. And as I say, I remember watching Leanne on one of our shows, and she said, you know, don't sort of bypass the paper pads.
No.
Let them speak for themselves. You know, they don't always, a lot of us tend to use them as a background paper. But yeah, let them speak for themselves. You know, sometimes you might just want to mat and layer some of the paper and add maybe a ribbon and a sentiment and you're done. Oof. It doesn't have to have all the extra bits on. No. Or fussy cutting. I know a lot of people like that fussy cutting where you can cut out elements, cut out the flowers, cut out the birds and use those as extra embellishments. That pink and turquoise together is stunning, isn't it? They're two favourite colours. Yeah, that would be the favourite sheet.
It's a glorious, glorious set of papers. You're going to get that in 12 by 12 and you'll get that across your 6 by 6 as well. The vellum that you're going to get in here too, I'll quickly show you this. I know we're a bit tight for time, aren't we, today? But I just wanted to show you this collection because you've got all of those beautiful sheets of vellum. So it's matching designs, basically. But what I love about this set, we're giving you the block colour vellum, which we don't do very often, I don't think, do we?
No, it is more often than not the prints, isn't it? And that block colour's lovely for making flowers out of, because any of the dyes that are intended for flower forming foam, you can make out of paper as well. And the flowers look stunning made out of vellum. And
do you know what I loved as well? Because I know a lot of people get in a bit of a panic about vellum, but I think we're learning a lot currently on the different things that you can do, you know, using it for beautiful inserts, and as we saw earlier on, using it for envelopes as well. How cool was that, seeing the envelope? That was earlier, wasn't it, today?
Yes, that was on Wake Up Call.
Yeah, on Wake Up Call. Yeah. Using these for your envelopes as well. So it's a lovely, lovely set as far as the vellum is concerned. You're going to get, I think it's 24 sheets in there. Yeah, 24 sheets, 8 of your plain colours and 16 of your printed patterns in there. And then you're also going to receive your A4 luxury linen cardstock as well. And once again, no surprise to learn that all the colours that you're going to get in here match up perfectly with all the colours that you've got as far as your vellum is concerned, your 12 by 12 and your 6 by 6 as well. You're getting 5 different colours.
That deep one, that aubergine colour is beautiful, isn't it? And then you've got a slightly lighter shade of that. That heather colour is the one that I'd used earlier on. Yeah. Absolutely gorgeous.
Well, there's, and again, obviously all in the colours.
And then your
of
two
those
shades of
beautiful
pink,
fuchsias. Yeah.
Beautiful.
And
so again, perfect for the matting and layering, but also perfect for die cutting those flowers out if you wanted to make the paper flowers.
Absolutely right. And you're getting in that actually, 25 sheets, so 5 different colours, 5 sheets of each. And our linen cardstock, as you guys know, is absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
Thank you for the compliments there. That is a nice fan. £38.40 or £54.40 for that collection if you want to add that into your basket. Oh yes, one more to show you. Oh, I better speed up and take him blooming ages here, haven't I? He's rabbiting on. Something chronic he is. Then flower making collection. So 400 stamens in there. Details coming up on your screen here. There we go. £20.80 or £27.20. Yeah, 400 within that.
They are all fuchsia pink, those,
yes.
Ben, but if you take your alcohol markers to them, you can change the colour of them.
Okay.
If you wanted to change them to a different colour, just use your alcohol pens over the pink.
And then you've also got your flower making paper in here as well. I know you could probably, like you said, you're going to use your papers, you're going to use your vellums in there as well, but specific papers there allowing you to create your beautiful fuchsias. And again, all in the correct colours, so you're not having to kind of go elsewhere to kind of match up the colours because it's all been done for you. Those are your stamps and dies in this one as well, so to be able to create your gorgeous fuchsias. I mean, how many have you got in there? There's 16 in total, so all of the stamps here, and then all the dies to be able to cut those out. But you might want to use the stamps regardless of the dies and vice versa. And then you've also got in this set your decoupage pad as well, which I absolutely love.
I love that.
I don't need to flick through all of this.
I think that makes it very accessible for people that are not bothered about colouring. You've still got that gorgeous fuchsia flower and it just all pops out. And you can actually create it either with your foam pads or with your 3D gel. And you've got a really nice sort of embellishment without the stamping and the colouring.
I think that you say it makes it very achievable for everybody. And the fact, again, if you've never done decoupage before, it's all numbered up for you. So it makes it nice and easy to do, whether you decide to go foam pads or your 3D chunky glue. Chunky! Doesn't come up anymore when you type in chunky on the website.
No.
No, you used to, not anymore. £20.80 or $27.20.
You can't type it in with the accent either.
Chunky!
Chunky glue.
Chunky glue. What was the one we were talking about the other day? Oh, Debbie calls the, I can't even think of the proper name of it now. Not the standard craft knife, the other one, the swivel. The swivel one. The wibbly wobbly knife.
The wibbly wobbly knife, bless her. She's got her own version of it all, hasn't she?
We were saying type it into the search bar on the website, see what comes up. Those are the 3 sort of, I say mini bundles, but 3 separate bundles if you want to go for the fabulous fuchsia collection. Very pretty card. Thank you, Jan, says Lois. Beautiful card, says Monica. Lovely card, says Sue. Lynn says beautiful card, Jan. Thank you as always. Where was the question I saw a minute ago? I want to tackle it before I get there. Oh, quick question about stamping from Monica.
Yep.
She says, what can I do to avoid getting a kind of slightly but continuously interrupted impression when stamping, especially with acrylic stamps? I get that even when I use the platform. Is that not pressing the platform down?
And interrupted. Does that mean that you're not getting a whole impression?
Maybe.
I would translate that as that you're not getting a whole impression. And more often than not, that is usually when a stamp is new.
Yeah.
All stamps, pretty much across the board, whether they're acrylic or photopolymer, which is just another form of acrylic, come with a coating on. When they've been manufactured, they have like almost like a greasy coating on them to protect them. So you need to remove that coating. You only need to really do it that first time. And again, different ways of doing that. Some people use a very light sanding block just to sand it away. Some people use the new stamping cleaner. You can actually scrub it on the cleaner, stamping cleaning station. I tend to use my watermark ink pad. And I usually put that on first, and it creates a barrier between that coating and then the ink that you're going to stamp with. Doesn't damage the ink pad. So for example, I may take my, I don't think I've got my watermark one with me today. I'm just having a look on the side. But yeah, use the watermark one first and then put this one straight over the top. You don't have to stamp it out and get rid of it. And then once you've done that, it seems to get rid of that coating. It's almost as if it's sort of like, primes the stamp. So it may be, the other side of it may be the ink that you're using. Sometimes some of the inks pool on the acrylic stamps, and when you stamp it out, it can look a little bit blotchy.
Yeah.
So yeah, just have a think about which inks you're using and whether you've taken that coating off to begin with. If you don't do it when you first use the stamp, it can linger around for a while, so it could affect future stamps. But if you get rid of it, you only need to do it that once, and then they stamp out perfectly.
Thank you, Jan. Keep the questions coming. We're going to take a little break now, actually, because I can't believe we're 45 minutes into the show already.
Where did that go?
Where's it gone?
We've just been going on about our fuchsias, haven't we?
I know.
We have merry world of fuchsias.
Let's have a break. Anything in your baskets, get it checked out. Use that triple point to end at midnight wherever you are. So you're running out of time, particularly here in the UK. We will come back with some more fantastic demos for you in just a few moments' time. We'll see you in just a moment.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Are we in trouble or are we all right? Yeah. Should be coming in. Should be coming.
What did she do?
Exactly how he looks.
This is awesome. This is awesome.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on catch up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
And I watch you every day, and it's just what really gets you through when you're really at rock bottom.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV, create every day.
Here at Crafters TV, it couldn't be easier to get your hands on the latest crafty must-haves. Leave the hard work to us while you shop from the comforts of your own living room. Head to the Crafters Companion website to see our full crafty range, or hit the Shop the Day button to see all the new and exciting products featuring on Crafters TV. Once you've filled your cart, leave it to us to get your crafty goodies to you in super quick time, so you can get on with being creative. Crafters Companion, making crafty shopping a breeze.
We get to know people from places and walks of life that we wouldn't come across in our everyday life if it wasn't for Crafters TV and doing what we do.
I got so many lovely comments from people when I started doing the presenting, and it was just really such a lovely feeling. And it's nice that people keep messaging in. You know, we see the same people. We know you can build up that kind of relationship with those people. So it's just the fact that people like what we do and they're pleased. And I do love it when people send us photographs of the items that they've made.
We talk about customers, but really they go in as a customer, come out as a friend. The support that I get is amazing. The messages I get are amazing.
Me personally, it is personal interaction. I've never had the best of health. I've always been open about that with our viewers at Crafters TV. So many people are in the same situation as me health-wise. Other people have got a completely different health issues. They understand and they relate to what I'm going through, what others are going through. So whether we interact on a crafting basis or whether we interact on a health basis, a personal basis, we're all there to support one another. It is incredible.
The reaction of viewers when they come to meet us is worth all of the early mornings when we have to get up for our early morning shows.
Some of the customers come on as craft ambassadors and things like that, craft along with us, and being able to actually chat with them on air. I love it. I really love that connection with them.
We've had lots of shows where we've done like craft alongs, especially where we've had viewers craft along with us. We had a particular viewer, Joy, who joined us once before, and she literally made me cry on air, and Joe, because the things she said about us, it really was quite humbling that there are people out there that watch us and invite us into their living rooms and really treat us like family.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for all the lovely comments coming through. Sue Benson says, I have a lipstick vine in the garden that looks like fuchsia, just red. The papers are so pretty, says Christina Say, you could frame them. Talking about papers that are pretty, we're coming on to Bella Luna next. Wow, you could just frame the whole blooming lot of that bad. And Marianne Matzer says, congratulations to Jan on restricting sugar. You look marvellous.
Thank
she does
you.
Look marvellous.
Yes, it's been quite a journey, very educational.
Yeah.
And I do feel so much better. So, yeah, I plan on keeping it up.
You look amazing.
We've been having a few discussions about how we're going to approach Christmas because our family, all the family love food.
Yeah.
And obviously, I don't want to be a damper on everyone else's Christmas, but I'm going to enjoy it. But, yeah, I don't plan on going berserk.
Marion says, Ben, you look mighty fine too. Thank you. Watching on my new big smart TV whilst making Christmas cards. An early gift. You love my tie? Well, obviously, Jan's looking very Christmassy today. That's the remit now, be Christmassy. So I thought I'd go smart today.
My winter snowflakes. It's a little bit big, though. I was showing them the other day. It was like the one I had. Corinne said, what have you come in, Jan?
Yeah.
And you could have fit me and Corinne inside it. But, yeah, it's still a little bit big. But I love it.
It's very
and while I'm behind the
Christmassy.
counter, it looks all right at the top, doesn't it? So we're okay.
My tie, has got, in case you couldn't see...
You have a great collection of ties and waistcoats.
Yeah. I've just, because I'm jumpers as well, I thought it's not a jumper day today, so I put the tie on. I don't have a musical tie, actually, no. I will be wearing that jumper soon, the one with the fireplace that roars. Have you seen that one? I'll wear that again for you very soon, a digital jumper. Love Jan's sweater, says Sue Benson. And Michael, thank you. Hi, Ben, glad you like Hercule, so funny. So, where did you post that, Michael? Was that on I'm a Crafter's Companion page? I think it was. You know all of the vacuums, the desk vacuums that we've got?
Oh, yeah.
I've said to everyone, new rule, you've got to go with it. If you get one, I think they're sold out currently, but if you've bought one, you have to put googly eyes on it. You have to put googly eyes on it. So there's Vernon the vacuum.
They're gorgeous, aren't they?
Michael has created one called Hercule, and I bet you can guess.
Moustache.
He's got and a bow tie.
Yeah.
It is brilliant.
They were just crying out, though, weren't they, to have that kind of decoration? It's so, so cute. I just said, you need one of these just to sit on your desk, regardless of whether you use it as a vacuum or not. It just needs to be on the corner of your desk, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I know we've got them sold out at the minute, but I don't doubt for a minute that they will be coming back in.
It's the first thing I did when I got given that. I was like, "We got any googly eyes?" It was done. Keep those pictures coming, guys, because they're hilarious. And hi, Lynn, who says, hi, Ben and Jan, the amazing team, the wonderful social superstar and everyone. I'm watching the show, but I'm watching on my big TV for a change, and that's why I've not been commenting. I hope everyone is keeping well. Right, let's have a look at the Bella Luna collection. This is an 11-piece set. What we've done again here for you is broken it down into an essential set, and then also the, we've got two other smaller sets for you as well, actually, with your card and paper, and also your accessories and embellishments too. First up, and I think we're going to be seeing this in Jan's demo in just a little while. Am I correct?
Not yet.
Oh, not yet.
I've got two demos.
Oh,
if I can fit them
might
in.
not get around to them at this rate. We might be seeing this.
We might be seeing it later. I know that was the scrapbook page as well, but I want to show you the heat embossing too. It's like I've got so many things to show you.
So much to do, so little time. £58.40 or $76 for this full collection. So this is a stencil kit that you've got here, and it's got all of these different scenes in it for you to be able to create, all like different scenes, I suppose, isn't it? Because you've got the foreground and midground of all of the different kind of.
There is, yeah. You've got those ocean waves, or they could literally be the snowy Alps, I suppose, couldn't they? And you've got the clouds, you've got the grasses, the trees, the foreground at the bottom. Little moon, and then the tree. So yeah, if we get chance, even if I don't get a chance to do the whole page, I'll talk you through how I've used those in conjunction with one of the stamps.
Yes.
So I've sort of overlaid over one of the stamps to create my own little scene.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll have a look at that in just a little while. You've also then got your Dusk Till Dawn embossing folder, 5x7 this once again. And again, this is a great way, isn't it, to create a scene, to kind of have that setting point, because this collection, I think, has got lots of different characters in it, hasn't it, that you can build into the scene.
Yes, that you can actually put into the scenes, yeah.
You've then also got in here beautiful little dolphins. So again, you can stamp those out. You can cut those out with the stamps that are included. Here's the hares, which we saw a little bit earlier on. So the hare's tail. We saw These you'll see actually in just a little while in the second hour when we do the vote for the demo of the day, because you used these, didn't you, on your project earlier on?
Yes, they're so cute, so cute. And again, very transferable into other things.
Yeah.
Even though they've all been created with that that collection in mind with our Sheena, I just think things like that you can pull out and use on all sorts of different things.
You've got the little girl on the swing there. Again, she's in die and stamp form. Again, great for building up different scenes. The wolf, I think, is absolutely gorgeous.
Perfect.
Stamp and die. Then you've got this stamp and die set, that beautiful floral crescent. And once again, that is a stamp and die that you'll be using elsewhere in your crafts outside of this Bella Luna collection. Then you've got your full moon. This again is a beautiful, beautiful sort of frame die, which will work wonderfully with this. That stamp there is going to fit perfectly inside the little, inside the moon, which was a card earlier on actually, wasn't it, that you showed, I think? I'm sure it was.
Yes, I think it was, yes. Yeah, that's the stamp that I've used with the stencil to extend that scene. Yeah.
Also in there, you've got loads of different sentiments as well. Love you, you light up the dark, shine bright, and more. So again, lots of like handy sentiments to go for those cards when you're sending, just because messages. There's also another beautiful stamp set in there as well, which is this one here, which is called the Magical Moonlight. Love that sort of mini scene that you get in stamp form, and then all the sentiments to go with. And then you've also got this beautiful crescent moon. That's actually a 4-piece die set, but you've got the moon and then these beautiful vines that you can use to kind of, trail around the moon. Looks gorgeous. $58.40 or $76 for that collection. Just quickly as well, before we get into the demo in just a few moments' time, just show you all of the papers that you're going to get in here too. I mean, loads. Let's just turn that's a B-side.
I know.
I mean,
it's scary, isn't it? Yeah.
That just tells you all you need to know about this pad.
It's stunning. The colour palette, the scenery, the imagery, everything about it.
It's the most exquisite, and I know somebody earlier on said about the Fuchsia collection, you could, take most of those papers and stick them in a frame. I echo that with this particular collection.
It's just dreamy, with a really nice sentiment or phrase on there. Yeah, you could just frame them, couldn't you?
Yeah, I mean...
I just love the colour palette as well.
That's my favourite one.
Yeah?
I love that
That little boat.
Yeah, very dreamy, very... serene and tranquil. Some great words coming from the guy. Are you swallowing dictionaries in there tonight, or what? But yeah, this is your beautiful double-sided 36-sheet paper pad. That's another beautiful scene as well.
Yep.
I think we agreed earlier on that was like the scene out of E.T., wasn't it? But you're going to get that in 12 by 12 and also 6 by 6 form as well. So you get that just here again repeated in that shrunken down version. Then you're going to get all of your beautiful linen cardstock here as well. And once again, all of the colours matching up perfectly. And that's definitely a point to kind of touch on, because it'd be very well that we sort of sent you away with the paper pads, but then are you going to get the exact colours to match with the papers?
That's what
Probably
I love
not.
about the collections. And there is a real good range of colours in that one as well. Quite often we do sort of maybe 5 or 6 colours. But yeah, beautiful range to pick at. And you can see, looking at that pack, how they're going to complement those papers.
Yeah, absolutely right. And again, if I just sort of give that a bit of a fan, I'm not a great fan, to be honest, but if we just sort of
any of
through.
them, any of the papers, and you've got the back up there with the pads.
Yeah.
With the pads. What am I on about? With the card.
It just makes it so much easier for you to be able to get this collection as a whole and get crafting with it, save sort of running around to find cardstock elsewhere in your craft room. And then the final kind of piece to the jigsaw, which I'll show you really, really super quickly, is your vellum. And again, this is, I mean, just beautiful vellum. I wish I had a piece of cardstock here, but I haven't. Beautiful vellum, which is matching again as far as the designs are concerned within your paper pad, which is just incredible. Again, just show you that beautiful scene here. You're going to get 24 sheets of vellum, I think. Yes, you are. 24 sheets of vellum, 6 designs, 4 of each within the collection. $32.80 or $44.80 is the price on your paper collection. If you want to bundle that one in, of course, with your essentials collection, you're more than welcome to do it. There is also another bundle which we'll come on to in just a little while as far as the Bella Luna is concerned. But don't forget, all of these you can pick up on the shop, the day, and indeed the Shop the Show page on the website, and everything is triple points for you today as well. So whatever you're shopping for, be it items on this show, items earlier on Masterclass, or indeed earlier, if you saw something on Wake Up Call we haven't shown you yet on this show, you can pick it up today and get triple points. Only up until midnight though, wherever you are, and there'll be a new gift tomorrow. If you have just joined us, a very warm welcome. We are about to do a demonstration with the Bella Luna collection. Hopefully going to squeeze in 2 demos. Well, we'll do 2, but try and squeeze in 3, maybe.
We will try our best.
All right.
We will try
I'll stop yabbering then, and we'll
Yes.
have a look at this first one with Bella Luna.
So what I wanted to do with this was just sort of, again, look at ways that you can use it if you haven't bought the whole collection. So I'm not actually going to use, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm not going to use the paper pad with this one. I've brought something else in. But I've actually chosen that lovely scene stamp, the Magical Moonlight. We're going to stamp this and we're going to heat emboss it in gold, just to give a completely different look.
Yeah.
And then I've got the little wolf. I've already done him ready. But again, very similar to what we had with the hares earlier. You've got that beautiful stamp, and then you've got the metalwork to cut him out. So when you put those two together with a little bit of colour, you can see there we've just got him at the ready to go on our design when it's finished. I've also stamped out one of the sentiments. I love this. I say this to my babies every time I see them.
Yeah.
Love you to the moon and back.
Yeah.
Or love you to little pieces. So yeah, these are gorgeous, gorgeous sentiments. So again, I've just stamped that one out at the ready. So we've got our sentiment at the ready. But what I want to do is pop that little scene out. So I've put some card in my stamping platform ready. And again, my go-to is nearly always the smooth multi-purpose cardstock. You can use Nina for stamping on and for alcohol colouring, but because we're going to pop the heat tool on it,
oh, yeah.
I wanted it to just be a little bit thicker, which is why I've chosen the multi-purpose. So again, we're going to bring that stamp, and a nice photopolymer stamps as well. So again, doesn't matter where it goes on here because I've actually cut it out with one of my nesting dies to create the finished effect. Now, just before I do that, I've just remembered that I need my little embossing buddy because we're going to do some heat embossing.
Okay, what's this then?
I do like to actually just coat this card because where we've handled it, the oils and things from your skin will literally mark the card, and embossing powder, if you've used embossing powder before, you'll know it sticks to absolutely anything it can get to. So just by popping the anti-static over there, it just deters that. Now, if you don't have one of these, you can use something like a talc or cornstarch with a brush and just brush it over. It's basically just to get rid of the static, and then try not to touch it.
Okay.
So once you've got to that stage, try not to put your fingers back on it, otherwise you're defeating the objective. So all I'm going to do now is lay my stamp on there, and then we will pick that up with our platform. Okay, and then I did actually locate the watermark. So the ink pad I was talking about earlier is that clear. So it is, they come to you beautifully clean. This one, again, they get well loved.
That's
and we
well
try
loved.
our best. I made a proper error with mine. Mine's got, I don't know what on earth I was doing. I'd cut something that had got ink on, and it's got what looks like spider legs all down the side of it. I can't cope. I'm going to have to replace it because every time I open it, I'm like, oh, what's that? Anyway, we're going to go in with that one. I'm not particularly bothered about any colour. This is just a translucent sticky ink, really sticky to attract the embossing powder, but I don't need the colour because we're going to cover it with some gold embossing powder. So yeah, really nice ink up there. And this is what I meant about priming the stamps. I would do that stage, and then if I wanted to use the stamping ink, I would go straight over it with the stamping ink. The sticky ink provides a barrier between that coating and what you're going to stamp out. Now obviously I've used mine, so I've done that procedure on mine. So what we're going to do is pop that down onto our cardstock. Really give it a good press because I want that sticky ink to transfer, and you won't be able to see anything really straight away because obviously it's a clear ink. But just give it a really good press to make sure that it's all made contact. And then I've got a piece of copier paper here just to catch my, and I've got some gold embossing powder, so I'm just going to take that off ready.
Okay.
And I've got my heat tool at the ready, which is turned on. We're good. Okay, so again, once we take this off here, I'm going to, now a little bit of that colour has transferred, but we should be able to cover that up with the embossing powder.
Okay.
So again, it looks as if you're putting a lot of this on.
Yeah, but it all goes back in.
But the majority of it goes back into the pot. So you want to tap off any excess.
Magic.
Because if it's not stuck, it's not going to stay on there. So get rid of any excess. If you've got any little straggly bits of it that have sort of decided to stick to it, just going to have a look in my bag. I've got some paintbrushes in there. So I usually just use a dry paintbrush, and you can just get rid of any sort of straggly bits that you don't want on there. Okay. And then we're going to apply the heat to it, and that's going to melt that embossing powder then and give us that design. So this bit's all going to go back so that the embossing powder lasts an age. Honestly, it really does. So we get the lid back on there so that I don't blow that all away. And then we're going to bring in our heat tool. And the biggest tip I can give you with this is to get your heat tool up to temperature before you apply it to your card.
Okay.
Because heat will warp the card, any card, it doesn't matter what it is, it will warp it. The less time it's on there, the less warping. So just by getting this up to temperature first, and I've only got it on, I've actually put it on the full setting to get it going, and then I'm going to drop it down to that slightly lower setting. I just prefer the control you get with that lower setting.
Yeah.
Okay, and then all I'm going to do is we're going to get our Jamie to come and have a look. Are you ready, Jamie?
Here we go. Oh, Jamie's joystick, here it comes.
And then we're literally just going to aim it at one certain part of it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to hold it over that part rather than sort of going round in circles. I'm just going to hold it over that part until it starts changing. It can go from a very dull effect. You see there, yeah?
Is there any pros and cons to heat on top or underneath? Because I know some people do it
Again,
differently.
a lot of that is preference.
Okay.
You'll sometimes find if you've got a stamp that's got a very large surface area, if you heat up from above like I am doing now, you can get quite a, what I refer to as a pitted finish on it. And some people don't like that. They want that smoother finish.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter with something like this because it's only got very fine detail on the stamp.
Right.
But by heating from underneath, you do get a slightly smoother finish on the embossed area. So yeah, it's one of those horses for courses. It's like, do you colour first or do you die cut first?
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're not sure, try both and just see which you like. And all we mean from heating underneath is just by applying that heat from behind your cardstock rather than direct on the embossing powder. But yeah, once that's all been melted, we've got that gorgeous image there. And again, you can just see in the light how it adds just that touch of luxury to it.
Yes.
Yeah? So then what I did is I went in my stash and I just wanted a plain circle die that would fit over the top of this one. And just to measure that, we're looking at approximately about 3.5 inches across. So I've just grabbed a die out of my stash and I've just added a tiny, tiny bit of colour. I didn't want to colour it in as such, but I've just got a hint of colour on the ocean there, a little bit in the edge of the moon, a little bit on the hillside here. So yeah, just that sort of touch of colour, and then I've matted it onto some green. You know, this bit's going to feature in a second. I needed an extra bit, so obviously it came out of the back there. And then again, the pearls are in there. So this is going to be my main focal point now with that lovely heat embossing. It's another technique. It's a bit like the gilding wax. It never ever gets old. It's a really nice technique. And to be honest, I forget about it a lot. I get that busy with my stamping and colouring that I think I'll do some heat embossing.
Yeah.
So going back to the card, I said I wasn't going to use the paper. Last time I was down with our TV partners, we had that gorgeous ombre glitter pad on. And I just think this works so well with this collection. You've got very similar colour tones in that pad to what's in the collection. So I decided to go, I've got the green. Am I right in thinking, Ben, that that is pearlescent card in this collection?
Yeah.
Yes, as opposed to the linen. I'm going to say.
Oh, sorry, in the Bella Luna?
Yes.
No, it's linen cardstock in this collection.
So this must be from a different collection then, because I've actually got a pearlescent one here.
Oh.
So I must have been in a different box for my cardstock. Just noticed that it's pearlescent.
Yeah, I wonder where that's come from.
Yeah, it must be from a different... I'd obviously got something else out on my desk at the time. But my matte layer is going to go on there. And then I've just used a bit of that seam binding ribbon in the green, which is a perfect match.
That ombre glitter card is...
It's just gorgeous,
I'm sure that's sold out now as well.
Just to show you, you know, that it doesn't always need to be a piece of paper from the paper pad. So again, we've got the... I've swapped to the new tape runners here now.
Why not?
Just to show them both off. And again, so easy to use. They just really feel nice. So I've gone for the double-sided one there, and we're going to pop this one on my card front. So I've gone for a DL design this time. So DL being your double length, so whatever it is, and I tend to use the length of the A4. So this measures 8 1/4.
Yep.
So I've cut my original piece 8 1/4 square, and then it's scored at 4 1/8 in the middle there.
Okay. That ombre glitter card, by the way, is in stock. I thought it was out of stock, but it is in stock. I just looked on the website.
And then we're going to pop... Oh, I've done it again. That's the beauty of using the tape pen. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Oh, I'm not going to risk it. I'm not going to risk it. I was supposed... You know, I do it every time I'm here. I was supposed to be putting some gold round here, but we'll have to just pop a bow on instead. Just to pick up the gold embossing powder, So this one's going to go, but I wanted to bring it slightly off the edge, which means that you'll need a slightly bigger envelope if you were going to pop this in an envelope. But I just wanted to put it off the edge of the card just to create a little bit of interest. Because I'm going onto the glitter card, I'm going to bring in some of my wet glue, and I'm going for that tacky glue because I just know it's such a good glue for adhering to things other than just plain cardstock. So we're going to pop that one. I've just left that side blank, and this one's going to go towards the top of the card and give that a press down. And at home, I normally use one of my blocks or something like that to just pop on top of it and leave it while I'm doing the rest of the card, just to make sure that that glue's adhered. And then we're going to bring that sentiment that I showed you, and we're going to bring the little wolf in there as well. Just to create. Now, I said there was another piece that was missing out at the back. I just felt as if I needed to link this to the green. So this was a smaller version of my nesting dice, the bit that was missing out the back. And I'm just going to pop this behind here, almost as if he's got his own like little moon behind it. So we'll pop that bit down first. I'll keep those in place so that I know where to put that. I know moons aren't green, but it was just echoing that sort of shaping and linking the two together. So again, that one's just going to go behind him like so. And again, just get that glue into the glitter card. Same with this one. And I've just backed this onto a bit of scrap gold, just again to link that gold in with the embossing powder. So that one's going to go towards the bottom here. And then I've put the wolf on some little foam pads. So again, I just want to take some of the backs off. We don't necessarily need to take them all off. I just need enough for him to stick to the glitter card. And again, that you know full well that the glue's coming back in again. All right, so where I've taken those backs off, I'm just going to add that little piece of glue. And then he's going to stand just at the bottom here, just into the sentiment, and then this bit behind him. So I was planning on popping this around behind the sentiment, but I'm just wondering whether we could actually just do instead.
What is that, just a bit of gold?
It's just gold twine. This is from the old, I think it was 'Twas the Night Before Christmas last year had this in it. And you know, I've used it and used it and used it. I've got through, this is the second roll that I'm on, because I just think it just adds that last little bit of luxury.
Was that last year, 'Twas the Night?
'Twas the Night, yes. Yep. So again, just to use a little bit of that instead of wrapping it round the card. And I think we could possibly... Do we need it in there, do you think? Or not? Maybe on there. Yeah, we'll do a little bit of that tacky just there, and we'll pop it at the bottom just to link it all together, just because we can. So again, it just needs a second for that to grab. Move that out the way. Oh, it doesn't want to play. Doesn't want to play. Normally I would use my glue gun for things like this.
Well, the thought's there
I'll
anyway.
stick it back on afterwards. And then, of course, you know me, it's like we've got, again, Never Stop Chasing Moonbeams, which if it's not from this one, oh, it is from this one, yeah. I'm going to say both the scenes have got some lovely sentiments in. So this one's actually just going to go inside, and I've just inked around the edge of it with our smoked emerald ink, which is a perfect match for that lovely green that we've used to mat and layer with. So again, that one's just going to go inside, strengthens it a little bit, and it just sort of links that front to back there.
Gorgeous, that.
Yeah, so I'm going to have to leave the little bit of twine.
That's fine.
There. But yeah, there we go.
That's incredible, that, isn't it?
So yeah, you don't have to have those backing papers behind it. It's they are beautiful, but I just think, you know, you've got other things in your stash as well that complement it just the same.
Well, that one particular sheet of the ombre glitter card, almost like it was made for this collection,
perfect, wasn't it? Yeah, perfect colour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is still in stock as well. I did see on the website, I think it was $14.99 if you want to add that into your basket. Just search for ombre glitter in the search bar and that will come up for you. So 3 bundles as far as the Bella Luna collection is concerned. Do you want to see it all again? What do you want to have a look at? Just the Essentials collection? $58.40 then for the Essentials collection if you want to go for that with all of the dies, all of the stamps, and of course you've got the stencil in there as well. $76 is your platinum price on that too. Remember, triple points on everything. Loads of love coming through for that last demo. Lots of chat about the vacuums as well. I put googly eyes on all 3 of mine, says Sue. 2 are for gifts. Barbara R says, I put the googly eyes on the ones I'm giving out as presents. Best Christmas present ever. And Wanda Sexton, Wanda, yours is brilliant. My vacuum got the eyelashes and kissy lips from Wild at Heart. Did you see that one, Jan?
I saw that one on social media, yeah, it looked ace.
I put them on the end instead of the side. Kitty is very glamorous. Kitty.
Kitty.
I love how you're all naming them.
Yeah.
And putting the googly eyes. It warms my heart, that does, and it really makes me day when I go onto Facebook and I see all the pictures of the vacuums. What do they call that? I was trying to think of the word earlier on. When you take an inanimate object and you give it human qualities, there's a word.
Oh, heck. It's a bit late at night for that, Benjamin.
Benjamin?
Benjamin, yes.
That's really annoying me. It's on the tip of my tongue. Not like, it's like anthropology or something like that. Someone will know. When you take like an object which isn't
an inanimate object.
And talk about it as if it was a person.
Yeah, I'm sure. I don't know the answer to that one. Certainly not at this time of night.
Someone will know. Anyway, that's what we're doing with the vacuums.
Message in and let us know. Put him out of his misery.
Yeah, please. What was it? Oh, I saw No, I don't think it is. There's a word.
That's a word.
What? Dean's just going to my ear. Let's have a look at this next collection, the Embellishments collection from Bella Luna. Details coming up on your screen. Actually, no, we've done the embellishment. Hang on a minute. This is the details for the embellishments, right? $36.80 or $44.80. Can I just say, first of all, this is the first time I've got my hands on the embellishment collection, and I just want to show you. I know we brought out loads of shimmer sprays over the years, but you have got white, silver, and gold here. And this is your white, silver and gold on white cardstock and black cardstock. Are you joking me?
Yep.
This is my favourite hit. That looks like a moon with the clouds over the top of it, doesn't it?
Absolutely, yeah.
But how different is the effect that you can create depending on the colour cardstock that you go on? And also, I mean, how much shimmer do you get? It's all the micro, it's the fine microparticles in there, isn't it? Giving you that amazing shimmer.
Yeah. And so useful in those 2, sort of mainstream colours, the silver and the gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is right up your street, isn't it?
Oh, definitely, definitely.
You've also got within this set the Duet ink pads as well.
Yep.
And again, the colours that you've got here are exclusive to this collection. They come in little diddy ones.
I think there's 3 Duet and 3 Shimmer, I think.
Oh, yes, you're correct.
Yeah,
you're correct. Yeah, 3 Duet and 3 Shimmer. Exclusive to this set as well. And again, Diddy, but you'll find that these will go a long way because they are very juicy. So the top ones you've got there are your shimmer ink pads. In your shimmer, you've got, let's get the names right. So you've got your lime soda, you've got your Queen Bee, and then this one here is Tropic Blue. And then down the bottom are your duet ink pads, which is your Sailor's Wake. You've got your Raspberry Ripple, and then you've got your Midnight Mist included in there too. Next up is this glitter paste. I was going to open this up for you earlier on, but it's a new one, so I don't want to take the seal off it. Look at the difference again with the glitter paste, how it looks compared to the black and your white cards. It's like a completely different colour, isn't it?
It's got those aurora tones in it, hasn't it, on the dark cardstock? Yeah, stunning. So again, you know, just as an accent through your stencils, absolutely gorgeous. Just adding that extra sparkle.
And once again, you'll find, I've seen our guys use our glitter paste. Like you don't need a lot to be able to create. The majority of what you use goes back in the tub, doesn't it? So that's in there. And then last but by no means least, you've got your white opaque acrylic marker, which I know everybody was raving about when we brought you one originally in the Academy of Colour. And you've also got in here gouache. You have to talk me around gouache, because I know Sheena was touching on it briefly, but not a show that I've done before. So is this similar to sort of like gesso?
I'm assuming so. I'm not an expert on that, to be honest.
Okay.
I think gouache is very much an artist medium, but I'm assuming from what Sheena does with it that it behaves similar to the
gesso.
Gesso, thank you.
Gesso.
Yes, that gone as well, honestly. Yeah, I believe that's how it works. Somebody may correct me. I know we've got artists out there on our customer base, but yeah, I think it's a similar kind of product because I know what Sheena does with it. So yes, gouache. It's a great name, isn't it?
It is. Also a great name. Yes, anthropomorphisize.
Oh,
that's the word.
Gosh, I'm not even going to attempt that.
Oh, no wonder I couldn't think of it or even say it, but that was the word. Yes, the Bella Luna Embellishment Collection is the everything I've just shown you there, actually. So if you want to jump in and grab that, you're going to get all of those beautiful sprays, your shimmer inks, your duet ink pads, and of course your gouache and your glitter paste included in there too. £36.80 or $44.80 is the price on that. And don't forget, it's triple points for today only, as well as part of our 12 days of Craftsmas. So jump in, grab those deals, and we will come back in about 3 or 4 minutes time.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% of your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
What makes Crafters TV so special is you guys.
It's really special because the experts are really experts. They're really skilled at what they do, and they want to make sure that the audience also improves on their skills.
Crafters TV is so special because you've got together a really sort of key group of people and people that are very passionate about the products.
Crafters TV is so special because it's a unique community that we have with each other where we can learn and grow and communicate with each other.
Community, the family spirit, the education, everything to do with craft. We are all like-minded people who share a passion.
I love all the inspiration the demonstrators bring and all the knowledge for us out here.
What makes Crafters TV so special? 100% it's the interaction. No other crafting TV channel or show has the same interaction.
I love the community, I love chatting live, I think that's the best part. And it's gone beyond crafting because we've become friends.
It feels to me to be a really, really close relationship with our customers and viewers.
You guys make us feel like we're part of your family. I've never been on the show before, but one of my friends who I did meet from CCTV encouraged me, and I was on the craft along.
Massive team of people, and I think they've all got their role to play, and it just brings everything together. It allows us to do our job and just love it.
The people, obviously. The people not just here at Crafts Companion, but the viewers that watch us. I mean, everybody. We have this real magical essence about it.
Bye for now. Bye.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for all of the comments coming through. Loads of love for Jan's last demo. Beautiful card. Dee's Crafty Studio saying, that's a beauty, Jan. Lois saying, lovely card. You never fail to put a smile on my face, says Lynn Morton. What a perfect card. Gouache is an opaque watercolour.
Ah.
Apparently.
Yeah, so it is a similar kind of thing, yeah.
And thank you for all of the... I can't wait for whoever... Oh, it's me tomorrow, isn't it? But I'd love someone else to be on the show tomorrow to read all these comments coming through of anthropomorphic. Anthropomorphism. I don't know how to spell it. Personify, says Jennifer. Personification. No, it's definitely anthropomorphic that I was thinking of. So thank you, everyone. And thank you also to, who else has commented here? Jessica saying, what beautiful cards. It's been a lovely, lovely show so far. We're probably going to squeeze it more. Certainly one more demo, potentially another two, I think probably one. Let's say one, if we squeeze in another. The last demo we could potentially sort of talk around, couldn't we? Maybe.
I can probably talk around this one as well. Yeah, we'll try and squeeze in as much as we can.
Yeah.
I promise.
We are going to do a demo, though, with the Delicate Lace Creator Card collection, which you saw this morning in Wake Up Call. Such a fantastic collection, this. I think you guys have been enjoying similar collections that we've done like this very recently, and the fact that they are interchangeable, they're easy to use, but they create an effect which is... well, far from simple, really. The effect that they create looks very, very professional indeed. But I love collections like this. You know, if you are perhaps someone who's a beginner getting into card making, then these are the sort of dies that are going to allow you to create really fancy cards, but with the minimum amount of effort. You're saving £20 today, almost $25, $24.80 or $28 for the set. It's a 4-piece collection. It is 8 dies in total that you're going to be getting within the set. You've got your embroidered lace here, so you can see within each one you get your outer frame. And then you've got that inner detail as well. The outer frame doesn't have that inner cutting part, so when you use that on its own, you're just going to get a beautiful detailed frame with the mat in there. Use the two together, you're going to get the beautiful detailed outer frame with the detail on the inside as well. And if you just use that inner die, it's going to cut like beautifully into your cardstock for you as well. Like we said though earlier on, if you are wanting to create that into a frame, you could obviously cut into it, or if you might have nesting dies that you could use to create a frame with that as well. So there's lots of different options with all of these, but they're all so beautifully, beautifully detailed. It just blows my mind, and I think we skate over this sometimes when you think like that has been done by a piece of metal. It's incredible what we can achieve.
The detail is just second to none, isn't it? Yeah.
For people who aren't in this crazy world of craft that we all live in, I mean, they're going to, like, you create a card with this, they're just going to think, how
have you done that?
Aren't they?
Must have taken them ages to cut that out.
Just, it's a bit like the magic circle here, yeah? Once you're in, you can't tell people who aren't in how actually very easy it is to create this. So, yeah, don't say anything. That is your corded lace. You're also going to get your Leon lace. So again, you've kind of got your rectangle, you've got your oval. This is that beautiful square, which does probably appeal to you the most, does it? Because you're square cards, aren't you? You were saying earlier
I do
on.
like the squares, yes. I must admit, I have to make myself move away from square cards.
Yeah.
So, and we're going to do a square box this time instead of a card.
But again, however you decide to go with this, both together looks absolutely beautiful. Create that lovely frame. Again, I'm sure you'll have nesting dies at home that you can cut into that if you just want that beautiful frame on its own. And then lastly in this set is the torchon lace, which has got sort of a very sort sort of doily feel about that one, but they're all absolutely beautiful. And I suppose, again, there'd be nothing to stop you from sort of mixing and matching the, I mean, you could, if you wanted to, you could put the circle inside the square, couldn't you?
Absolutely.
And mix and match these around a little bit.
Absolutely, yeah.
See if it works for you. But it's in essence, it's a £51, $60 bundle that you're picking up for, well, it's better than half price if you're a Platinum member, and you will, of course, get your triple points on this as well. Let's dive into it there, because I realise we've only got half an hour left. I don't know where this show's gone.
I know, it's just flown by again, hasn't it? Yeah, so I'm going to actually talk through some of this, because for those of you that were watching this morning, you saw me cut the hexagon one, the torchon lace this morning. So this is actually the Leon. It's the same format. We've got both of those dies, and these are just a smidge over 5 inches square for the external one. Same concept, so that external piece just has the cutting edge around the outside. So this outside edge cuts the detail. This stays attached to your card. So if you're wanting to cut that out, like Ben says, either an extra nesting die, your paper trimmer would cut those internal pieces like we hollow out the cardstock, if that's what you wanted. And then you've got that gorgeous accessory piece here that's a standalone. If you just wanted to cut this into the top of something, this doesn't have an external cutting edge, but again, it would probably fit with some of your nesting dies. We're looking at that internal piece is about 3 inches square. So you'd only need to sort out a square nesting die that would fit around it. Or what I did was literally just cut, I left a bigger piece of cardstock to start with, and then cut this into it. All right. I've got a thing about glitter card at the minute. This is the gold glitter card out of the luxury pack. So cut this into it and then just trim the edges to a size that fit for my project. So I've actually got that square topper rather than it being cut into the card. And then I've also done the same with this one and cut this. And again, it just comes up absolutely beautiful. Have I got anything? Let me pop it on the back of there for you. Just look at the detail in it. It is stunning, and again, this is the same gold glitter card from those luxury packs with the mirror and the satin card in as well.
Oh, one of the, like the 30 sheet ones?
Yes, so as I say, I've got a thing about glitter card at the minute. I'm just, I like sparkly things at the best of times, but, and I think just something with this kind of detail in, just to show you how well it cuts out of the glitter card as well, is stunning. So I've got my 2 pieces that I want to work with. Alternatively, this one will die cut, and it's just sized that it fits nicely inside that main square. But again, I wanted to layer these up. Now, they actually look quite nice when you pop them in the opposite orientation. So rather than sitting it right in the centre here, you can twist it. You could put another one on top of it. But we're going to, you know, we're going to sort of stay with the original bit. Now, I've actually got some of this prep ready. This is the top of my box. So we're going to create that pizza style box again, where it attaches to the base. So I've just got my glue tabs on the front. These are papers from that gorgeous botanical garden that Sarah had on earlier. It is stunning. And again, I've taken some, you can actually see here, I've been very frugal with it. The good cardstock always gets this treatment, but this is what I've actually cut my masterpiece out of. And then there was sufficient here to leave that little I only wanted just a hint of it around the border just to bring that glitter in again.
That's next level frugal, that, isn't it?
Absolutely, just taking it to the nth degree. I don't like wasting it. So that one's going to go on the back of my card. Now, I cut the centre out because my original plan was to do something different. And I did take the centre out and then realised that I didn't need the centre missing. So yeah, we're going to sort of improvise a little bit. So yeah, I'm just going to go again. I've got my Kalal glue just to pop this in the centre. So the craft card is a very fibrous cardstock. So I find that the wet glues do work better with it. This is going to be the front. I'm not sure that there is a right or wrong way. I like it that way. The flowers are going up that way to the sun. So yeah, that's going to be the background layer. And then we're going to pop this one over the top like so. Okay. So again, we're going to swap over and I'm going to bring in that dotty tape pen. Perfect for these outside pieces here, the filigree pieces. And again, I'm just going to pop it, because there's quite a lot of that, I'm just going to pop it on here and we're just going to run those dots round the sides here to get a nice bond. And then in the centre, because I've got that sort of block piece in the centre again, I'm just going to add, because it's going to go straight onto the craft card again, I've just popped a bit of the wet glue in the centre. So this is actually going to go on here like so.
Beautiful.
Love that gold. It's just a really sort of nice touch of luxury. And then because I've cut this one in gold, obviously it gets disappeared a little bit. So I've picked out one of the greens. I went through my stash and had a look. This is just a scrap of card that matched the green tones in here. And I'm going to put this one on first, and then this one will show that detail through it there. Okay, so that little bit better. So again, this one, I'm literally going to use that dotty tape pen again so that we can actually go across the back of all the filigree work here. Make sure I've got the right one. And again, just nice and gentle all the way across the back. Okay, and then that one's going to stick onto here. So it's just got a tiny, tiny little border around the outside of it. It's about 1/8 of an inch. And then I usually turn it over when I've used those and give it a good press from the back, rather than risk damaging the die cut on that side. And then again, now thinking about the glues, because I'm going onto the glitter card, I'm going to swap to my tacky glue there. So it's about, again, I'm always talking about things being fit for purpose, and it's about selecting the glue that's going to do the best job. So as far as glitter card is concerned, because it's not a plain cardstock, I always think of my tacky glue for anything that's not plain paper or cardstock. And then that's just going to nest inside. You could pop this on foam again. You could raise that centrepiece up if you want.
It's always good to get a refresher on the glues. Probably do a glue school at some time in the early new year.
I often use 3 or 4 different glues just in one particular project. I know my husband laughs at me. He's like, why do you need all the different glues? I said, they've all got their own purpose.
They've all got their own super strengths, haven't they?
So again, you know, if you could use your tape pen, or I've just popped some wet glue. I'm just going to pop the front of that box together. Just give that a squeeze for a second. It does take a second to grab the tacky glue. And then we're going to do the same at this side just here and get that one to grab. And then what I've done is I'm out with my red line tape again. We're going to attach this to the base. It's what I call the pizza box styling. It makes a nice little change from just a takeaway lid that, you know, comes all the way off.
Are we getting a mini pizza in there?
I wish. I wish. The old belly's rumbling a little bit now.
Has pizza been off the menu then as well for you? Have you been able to, like...
I've never been a massive pizza fan, so yeah, that's not really been an issue. But no, we don't eat anything like that now. Don't eat any of the grains, so the wheat that's in the base. Could have the topping.
When I was
all the meats and the cheese on top.
Did mine that was out last time was creating like cauliflower pizza bases.
Yes, they're
really,
always
really
round
nice.
it, As I say, I've never been a massive fan of pizza, and my husband isn't either. So yeah, things like that have not really been an issue. But it's amazing. It really is amazing. So again, take the backing off there. Then what I'm going to do, I've just made a straightforward square base using my scoreboard to do the lid and the box base side. And then this one's going to go over the top like so. And then I'm actually going to adhere that back piece to the back of the box there with the tape. And again, once that's in, I can give it a good press on that inside as well. And then you've got that. The reason I call it the pizza box is because this one closes over the top of here. And then all I've done is I've just got some embellishments. I've got a little ribbon, I've got a sentiment for the bottom, and I've got a little tiny, it needed a gem there. It's got to have the gem in it, hasn't it? And then the little tiny heart here is actually what comes out of this. There are 4 in the corners, So I thought, why not? You know, we can just add that little tiny bit in there. So yeah, I'm going to pop some tacky glue in there just to pop my gem in the centre. I do normally pop the gems on first, but because we were putting this together, it wasn't as easy to work with. This one, I'm going to stick with the tacky glue. And again, you know, you can add your foam tape on here if you want to raise any of the elements. But that one's just going to go at the bottom. And that sentiment is from my Say It With Flowers collection. Thank you for being a true friend. I just really like that. I think it's a really nice sentiment. And then on the top here, I'm just going to say that it didn't like the glue, the wet glue earlier. So I'm just going to use a little bit of my tape pen there and stick. And the ribbon's just from my stash. It just matched that colour scheme again. So again, we'll just lift that open. Give that one a press into place. Make sure that one's in place. And then again, we've got that lovely sort of gift box in those greens and golds there.
That is incredible. And done super duper quickly as well, actually.
Yes. Sorry?
It's done super duper quickly, that one.
It was.
Yeah, so
I want to try and show you a bit more before we go.
Ah, okay. For that last one, which we didn't think we were going to get time to do, you mean?
Yes.
We'll just quickly get through this and then let's get going then, shall we?
We'll just get into it. I just need a second to
That's
get
all right.
everything ready.
No, I was just thinking this is probably going to finish at like about 10:45, so you wouldn't have time, but now it's 22. I'm thinking we can squeeze in this next demo.
We can squeeze it in, yeah.
Come
I just
on.
want to show you what I've done with it. So just give me a second to pop these away and then
the
I will
Delicate
be
Lace
back.
Creator card collection, then if you want to jump in and grab this, have you seen how versatile it is? You're going to get all of the 4 collections in total, 8 dies you're getting for $24.80 or $28. So you're going to get your embroidered lace, which is the rectangle. You're also going to be getting that gorgeous corded lace, which is the stunning oval. And again, you can see the different ways that you just use them both together. This is the effect you create. Use the outer die on its own. This is the effect you create. Use that inner die. This is the effect you can create. And they are all so beautifully detailed. I mean, for goodness sake, that Leo lace, out of this world, the detail that you've got there here, and then use it this way, and then use it this way. So much scope for versatility with this set. And then you've got your torchon lace as well, that beautiful doily-esque die set to bring you so much detail across that collection. $24.80 or $28 is your platinum price on that. I've been waiting to see the pizza box made. Thank you, Jan, says Barbara. That's pretty, Jan, says Candy. Lois says beautiful. Lynn says beautiful, Jan. Thank you. And Hannah says that gem really does make a difference. So just quickly then, are we going to get the demo done here, or do you want to do the vote for the demo of the show with the 3 that you've done?
Oh, this one might need to be in the vote.
Okay.
This is, well, I don't know.
How long do you reckon it's going to take? Because I'm just thinking
Not long, because I've got a
Okay.
lot of it cut again, yes. So
All right.
I apologise, because I do normally go through how I've cut things and things like that, but just because of the time, I'm literally going to talk you through some of it. So I've used 2 elements mainly from that kit. I've got that gorgeous stamp set here that we looked at earlier, Wish Upon a Star, and then I've also got the full moon.
Yeah.
So this one's a metal die, and it creates that moon with the clouds around it.
Yeah.
And I've cut that in some silver. I'm back on my glitter card again. Yeah, just
Step
have a
away
think
from
about
the
it in a
glitter
minute.
card.
So this is the silver glitter card as opposed to the gold. And you can see here that that's literally come straight from the die. And then what I've done is I've taken a piece of that 12 by 12 cardstock here. Absolutely stunning, just a scene on its own. And then I've taken some 12 by 12 black just to mat it on to make my scrapbook page. Now this one just happens to be, you know, it's almost as if it's been thought about. Not that I can get hold of it now. There we go. Look at this. Yeah?
Incredible,
It's almost as if it's been thought through, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we'll just very quickly tack that one into place, because that's going to highlight that moon on the backing paper there, the pattern paper. So I'll just pop a few little dots of glue on those clouds, and we'll
Okay.
get this one tacked down.
Yeah.
And then I'll talk you how I've done that, talk you through how I've done that scene with the stencil.
Okay.
So again, that one's just going to go on there, like so.
Gorgeous.
And then I'll pop that to one side while that's drying. I'm just going to pop one of those plates on top of it to stick it down. And then this one, what I've done is I've taken the stamp set itself, and then I've used some of our masking tape to create a masked element, which I'll come back to in a second. So I started out with my piece of cardstock again, and I've stamped out, you can see that lovely stamped image. It really is pretty. It's got the little shooting star in here, but I didn't even
notice that.
Yeah, I just think, you know, maybe for an anniversary card or something like that, or just celebrating the day you met your partner, you know, if you've got a partner. I just think it's a really, really pretty one. But what I wanted to do, because I hadn't got access to a photograph for my scrapbook page, I wanted to create the illusion of a photo. So what I did was take that stencil out of the set, the landscape builder, and this has got lots and lots of different pieces on here. So this is where the mask came in, all right? So all I did was cover this up, so I didn't get any ink into the picture because I wanted to add colour to that later.
Was that just with masking tape again?
This is just off our masking tape roll, You can see it's got some colour on where I've actually done my sample one. And then I've taken the stencil with my inks and I've put a little bit of background in at the bottom, and then I used the trees across what would be sort of the horizon point here. So I've just extended the masking tape a little bit, and I've taken the trees across from one side to the other here, and then I just use a trio of my blue inks. And this is what I actually ended up with.
Oh, that's amazing.
So it's gone from just that stamped image, which if I take the mask off again, you can see the stamped image underneath. So this is where it started. And then you've gone to this level. And this is just literally working in some of the water reactive inks. And then I've used a couple of the turquoise. So we've got Oasis and Lagoon, and then the Midnight Blue at the top. Splash the old water to it. You can see the water reactive nature of it where it's taken out some of that that colour. This was the green topaz at the bottom. You can see that skyline. And then I've gone in over the top and added some colour with my alcohol marker. So it was stamped originally with the alcohol proof ink, but there's no reason why you couldn't colour, you know, if you stamped it in waterproof, you couldn't colour it in with your water markers or with your inks or anything like that. And I've sort of created my own 6x4 inch photo for my page, purely because I didn't have access to a photograph. And then let's have a look, what did we use out of here? We've got the Wish Upon a Star, which I thought was really, really nice because they've got the little shooting star in the background there. And then I've used some of the blue cardstock from that kit, which is the linen. You're right, Ben, it was like, that green must have been from somewhere else. The silver's in there again. As I say,
glitter card.
Yeah, the glitter card in there again. And then this is going to be my matte layer for this one. So again, because we're going on to the glitter, I am literally going to use that tacky glue again, just so that you get that nice bond with the glitter card.
Just realised your glittery top as well. It's been all about the glitter today, isn't it?
I am a bit of a sparkle. It's like an old shiny, a bit of a magpie. I must admit. And if it's pink and sparkly, it's even better.
Exactly.
So that one's literally going to be the equivalent of my photo. Okay, and I've made that a 6x4 design. So again, if we bring that 12x12 piece back in, okay, I might not have time to stick all this together, but I will try my best. And again, this was a scrap that was left over from the vellum paper pad. And the nice thing about vellum is when you tear it, you get that lovely white edge on it. So I just tore a strip off the edge of the 8x8 piece here. And what I'm going to do is because I wanted to stretch it to the 12 inches, this one's going to go over the middle of it, so you're not going to know that there's a piece missing. But it's just adding that extra detail. And the vellums like this that are quite heavily patterned, I find that the dotty tape pen works nicely on the back of them. With a plain white vellum, the dots would show through. But when they're patterned like this, you can get away with those dots on the background there. So I've no idea which is the right way up and which isn't, so we're just going to go for it. I'm going to pop that one level with the bottom of the paper, and I'm going to put this one level with the top here. So as if it's followed on up the paper, and just level that one up at the top.
Perfect.
Okay, and then this is literally going to go in the middle
That
here.
is
So it's going to
brilliant.
cover that up all together. So again, I'm going to go with the different, you can see I'm constantly swapping my glues around depending on what I want them to do. So this one's going to go on here, like so. And
It's worthwhile that you did this. I'll tell you what, this is going to be a massive contender for demo
and
of
then
the show.
I know all of us out there have got alphabet dies in our stash.
Yeah.
So the obvious one for me for this one was a dream. So I've just picked out a little bit of gold there. I've got a mixture of the gold and silver. Okay, so we'll get those stuck down in a second. I've got my wish upon a star, which is going to go on the top of the pattern here. And then again, in my stash, I've actually got some little star dies. So somewhere there should be some more. There they are, they're hiding. I was just going to put a couple of those dotted round so that we've got those sets of 3. So I'm just very quickly going to stick those down, Ben.
I tell you
if
what,
you've got anything else you want to say.
Well, I was going to say, if we see that where that is now, should we get the vote going for the demo of the day?
Shall we do that for the vote?
Demo
Yeah,
of the
'cause
show.
this is what it's going to look like.
And then you can stick whilst I chat.
Yeah, and then I've just got, because I've got a mixture of silver and gold, I've just got some of my little pearl accents again in the 2 colours that we're going to pop in there as well.
So should we do it back to front then? So that will be number 4.
This is number 3. Yes. No. Yeah.
4, surely.
4. Oh, it's there. It stood up the other one. Yeah,
so
number
that's
4. You're right. Yeah. So this was number 4.
Yeah.
And I will stick all those bits down while you're talking. Ben. Number 3 was the creator card die. Okay. Sorry, Jamie. I'm not up right now, aren't I?
3.
Yeah. Number 3. Number 2, we did Bella Luna again with that lovely gold embossing. Okay. And then number 1 was the Fuchsia collection.
Okay. So 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
I think that's the first time ever we've done the vote back to front.
Yeah.
But that was fun, right? Always keeping things fresh here at Crafters TV. Gorgeous. Need to make an engagement card, says Laurie Jeetman, and this would be perfect. And Hannah says, I made a lovely engagement card last week with the full moon die, some Bella Luna paper, and a couple sat on a swing from the True Love box. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous project. Will it win though? We'll find out in just a minute. You've got about 2 minutes. It's going to be a swift last 8 minutes on the show. Just to very quickly rattle through some other goodies that you might want to grab whilst Jan is sticking. The Ultimate Pro's been on an absolutely fantastic deal today. Basically, what you're getting is your Ultimate Pro. I mean, this is, as we said earlier on, this is like a craft room in a box, isn't it, really? Allowing you to do all your scoring, your measuring, your trimming, your embellishing, you know, make your boxes, make your shape cards, make your card blanks, make your envelopes. You can make your ribbons in here too. Go back and watch the show with Sarah a little bit earlier on because she was putting this through its paces. We've got the metric and also the imperial version available for you as well. So it just depends on, I suppose, the kind of cardstock that you use. Of course, if you're using most of the cardstock that we sell here, you want the UK version. If you're using cardstock mainly from the US, you want the US version. So like your letter, what's it called?
US letter size.
Thank you, US letter size. God, it's been a long day. And I know a lot of our US viewers, I say a lot, a few of our US viewers do have both to kind of cater for the different sizes. Normally you would pay $39.99 for the Ultimate Pro, $69.95. So you're saying, what's the big deal today? Well, we're going to give you for free the boxer board, which very handily, if you're wondering what are those little bits there, that's how it's going to slot into your Ultimate Pro for you very nicely. We're going to give you 25 sheets of your A3 cardstock in the Snow White. That is your hint of silver. And then also we are going to give you your glue tape pen as well. That is included. All of that is yours for free. £31.99 or $55.96 is the price on that. $31.97, $40.93 is what you are saving. We're waiting for the result coming through on the demo of the show. Apparently, a bit of a split vote. It's very split on Facebook, but YouTube apparently voting for just one. Which one, I don't know, but we'll find out in just a few moments' time. The showstopper today, card and paper bundle. This is £80, or $79.20 I should say, $96 worth. Remember, triple points on all of this as well. I equate, oh hang on, we can do demo of the show. and then we can do demo of the day vote going.
Oh,
demo of the show, Jan.
Demo of the show. Da, da, da.
4.
Yeah, just got it stuck together. There you go. So
Okay.
just showing you a different way to use it all rather than having it on a card blank.
Well, you keep that there,
Yep.
and let's run through the votes for demo of the day then. So, over my side, we have got this one, which you obviously made this morning. On
That was the little hairs, yeah, from Bella Luna.
It seems like this was yesterday, but it was this morning. So that's the cute little hairs, again with the beautiful Bella Luna collection. The matching insert, which is rather nice. That's 1. 2 is Sarah's beautiful, Envelope envelope, and your little card, which has got the votives in, which is super cute. So that is number 2, votives, number 2. And then number 3 is the one that you have just voted for with Jan. So 1, 2 or 3. I reckon you've got about, not long,
About not long.
About not long. You've got about 2 minutes to get your vote in on that. Give me time to just quickly, I mean, this is a massive bundle. I can't do all of this in 2 minutes, but we'll give you the general gist. Your card and paper showstopper today, $79.20 or $96. Let me just put this into 2 parts because I think it's worth kind of seeing what you are going to be getting for free within this collection. So, it was this. Right. So in the collection, you are paying for, these are going to be quick flicks, your beautiful Botanic Garden on this gorgeous pearl card. I mean, just the most sheeniest, shiniest cardstock you will ever wish to get your hands on. All of these beautiful florals right across the kind of colour spectrum. And this is kind of like the bigger print of the florals, if you like, because your Botanics Garden works beautifully alongside your ditzy florals. You will get 36 double-sided sheets in yours. There aren't in my pad because obviously our guys have been hacking into this for demonstrations and projects. This is beautiful. As you can see, the florals are a little bit smaller, like the reverse of these as well, because you do get a few patterns rather than kind of the reverses, which are the backgrounds of the forefronts. Oh, everyone has been going into that one. Yours will be intact. You're also going to be getting the luxury mixed cardstock in your rose gold, and alongside that you're going to be getting your luxury mixed cardstock in the gold. Oh, and not to mention, or forget to mention, your rainbow cardstock as well. That works beautifully, of course, with your Botanic Garden and your ditzy floral. So all of that is included, and that is essentially what you're paying for within the bundle. All of the free stuff you're going to get is here. Your Wild at Heart luxury collection, 20 sheets in there, a beautiful glitter cardstock, and the most sheeny, shiny of our mirror cardstock. Again, yours will be intact and not hacked into. You're also going to get your 12 by 12 Kingfisher in the... Oh, my goodness me. I've been stitched up royally tonight, haven't I? I tell you what. In fact, I'm not even going to flick through these. They're just all falling apart. You're going to get your 12 by 12 Kingfisher. You're also going to get that beautiful 24 sheet of your luxury mixed cardstock in your linen and your pearl. You've got 16 sheets of your Nina, and you've also got 10 sheets of that beautiful lilac glitter cardstock as well. All of that you're getting for free within the bundle. $96 or $79.20 is your platinum price if you're jumping in and grabbing that today. Don't forget, triple points on everything. Demo of the day, landslide, 3.
Oh, that was
That's
this
you,
one.
that is.
Excellent. There we go. Thank you very much. See, now I wanted to put it in the vote. Thank you.
Glad that we squeezed that one in. What a day. We've absolutely loved it. When are you back in, Jan?
To be honest, and I know folks are not going to like this, but I am not actually back at CTV now until next year. That sounds awful, doesn't it? I will be with our TV partners at Hobbymaker next Monday, and then I'm actually on holiday from the 18th of December.
Oh, we'll let you off.
So yes, although I hate to admit it, it's going to be next year, which is not as far away as it sounds.
Well,
so thank you for a fabulous year, guys. I have thoroughly enjoyed every bit of it, and I will be back in the new year.
Well, for the first time this year, may I wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to it. We love it. It's a very family-orientated Christmas, and obviously with the grandbabies. Can't wait.
It's going to be a a lovely Christmas jam for you, I'm sure. And thank you for a fantastic day. Thank you to you guys as well. Thank you to all the team for being marvellous. I am back tomorrow with, I have to remind myself what day it is. What am I doing? I'm back with Michelle tomorrow. So we're going to have another fantastic day, another masterclass for you as well, and a fantastic launch party too. So hopefully you will join us. Don't forget, we'll be spinning the wheel tomorrow morning once again to find out what your daily deal will be. Will it be bonus points again? You'll have to tune in on Wake Up Call to find out. Do make sure you use those triple points right now. There, you've got up until midnight to do so. Thanks for a fab day, everybody. We'll see you again tomorrow. Until then, bye for now.